So starting the test drive in this 26 HRX, you have the 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with the CVT, and I will say this does a lot better than you would expect, having that naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired with the continuously variable transmission. This feels a lot peppier than the Hyundai Kona, in my opinion. Feels less strained, even though they both have 2-liter 4-cylinders. But you're also getting something that's a bit more efficient here as well. I test drove an all-wheel drive Kona earlier, and that just felt rather sluggish, while this feels more agile. I feel like you can push it harder, and this is in the econ mode. Now, in terms of the ride quality, so far it's normal, not overly smooth or overly stiff, just rides like you'd expect a small SUV to ride. Overall seating position is good. The hood is sloped pretty nice. I can still see it just barely, but it's not really impeding on my vision ahead of me. And I like how they put the screen here. It's kind of up like tablet style, but it's not up where it's impeding on my vision at all. And it's less of a distraction than you would expect. I think partially because of the black here and how it all just kind of is neutral. It's not a lot of chrome or reflective, at least reflectiveness going on right now. It's early afternoon, so take that for what it is. But as of now, well, there it goes there. You barely have glare coming off the volume knob, but other than that, nothing else is really bothering me from the screen being right there. Yeah, just from a stop here, and I'm only saying this because I drove a Hyundai Kona earlier today, this pulls a lot better. It just feels less strained. It feels like it's not limiting itself, again, even in this econ mode. But I realize now that I have it in the sport mode instead of the normal drive mode, so that's part of it. Yeah, that feels more like a Hyundai Kona now. But I like that you have the sport mode here, and then you can also put the drive mode in normal with the sport shifts, and then that feels almost quick. But I also just really like the looks of this SUV. The outside it's just beautiful to look at. And then you have a more minimalist view in the cabin. Like everything's almost kind of blacked out. It's not a distraction. I like that. Now I have it in normal with the sport shifts on, so we're gonna see if we can give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Here we go. So quick pull at about 60 there. Not bad. And the engine didn't sound as strained either. Let's do it again. Don't want to give it too much, but again, I think that's pretty accurate. But one more big thanks to Daryl Waltrip Honda for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But lane centering adaptive cruise here, I think you get a lot for the money with this SUV. Not necessarily quick, but 158 horsepower, not terrible. It's just, there's a lot that's offered here for this money in the LX trim if you're wanting just a small SUV with everything you need and no extras. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Honda HR-V LX.